The new moon on Wednesday, September 20th, 2017 is at 27 degrees or at the very end tail of the constellation of Virgo. The astrology of the new moon, September 2017, continues a theme of change that began with the total solar eclipse of August 21st. The changes this time will be more like minor adjustments to your long-term goals or how you get there. The September 2017 new moon in Virgo will remind you of the most painful wounds you have suffered. In order to move forward, you must begin focus on the healing process. This will involve adapting to unexpected changes or making adjustments to your longer-term hopes and dreams. A new moon in general represents the end of one cycle and the beginning of another new 28-day cycle. This particular new moon in Virgo gives an invigorating burst of energy and initiative. This is an excellent time for making a fresh start, turning over a new leaf, or starting any new project. All possibilities are on the table as you put yourself at the center of plans for your future. Old habits, behaviors, and beliefs are questioned as you search for new and inventive ways to make progress. Each new moon within the eclipse cycle represents a new stage of development for your long-term goals. The aim of the August 21st solar eclipse was to make bold, confident changes that led to long-term success. Determined and sustained effort will bring the growth and happiness you want or require. This new stage of development involves adapting to changes and changing circumstances. Alterations to your original goal may be needed to make it more obtainable, whereas you must adjust your methods or expectations in response to your deepest and most painful wounds. This new moon in Virgo brings sudden events that release built-up tension that in turn brings a major change in your circumstances. The more restricted you have felt, the more upsetting the change is likely to be. You may feel like making a completely new start, but extreme change is harder for you and your loved ones to adjust to. This is especially so when partners or close friends and families are involved. You may also have to consider the financial ramifications of any big change. You can find adventure and personal growth through travel, education, and new relationships while still maintaining certain care responsibilities in your life. You can find creative and ingenious ways to relieve the boredom without causing total chaos and disruption. This can make you nervous, tense, and anxious. You will find it harder to relax as your intuition senses change or some drama on the way. Pressures to change might come from someone with power over you. An unexpected event, accident, or change at work may force you to change your routine, behavior, or plans. It is important to be flexible and adapt to changing conditions. Try to go with the flow and fit in. If you resist change and become arrogant or disruptive, you will suffer losses or miss out on good opportunities. You don't need to totally change direction, but to make careful adjustments. The new moon for September 2017 in Virgo may bring unexpected change to your life that makes you more aware of your deepest wounds. In order to reach your long-term goals, you will need to face the source of your pain. If the September 20th new moon makes your karmic wound more painful and debilitating, you will need to make some changes to your long-term goals. Cancer, the crab. Remember, guys, that this is a general reading, so please apply it to your unique situation. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't, per always. Okay, let's go ahead and bless the deck and we'll get started, okay? Guardian angels of love and light, ancestors lost and known in the seas of time, please intercede this reading to provide Cancer with the clarity and direction as to which he or she seeks, and please grant me, the reader, the objectivity to read the cards and relay every single message as they are meant and or intended to be. Okay, Cancer, so for your spread here, we have the Five of Fire or Five of Wands as your base. We have the King of Air or King of Swords as your clarifier, and the other clarifier, we have the Ten of Earth or the Ten of Pentacles. So for your Five of Fire in this deck, it can speak of creative brainstorming, unity and diversity, and also honoring differences. So, Cancer, you have the freedom to explore the ideas that seem the most far-fetched. What seems crazy today proves tomorrow to be brilliant. Like a child willing to stretch his or her imagination when a new playmate comes into the garden, you open to new people and new ideas, intrigued by what is novel and unfamiliar. This is the time for what is counterintuitive, for appreciating the ideas from out in left field, and for what they may or might offer. So for the King of Air here, it can speak of in this deck intellectual authority, reason over instinct, intellect over passion, or successful negotiation of rules or laws. So, Cancer, truth is everything. You think before you act. You work with the universal laws with clear intention, but do you see how the foundations of the past affect the present and future? And for your 10 of Earth here, or 10 of Pentacles, in this deck it can speak of affluence, material abundance, mastery, financial security, inherited wealth, and knowledge. You are now able to step back and observe the results of what you built through your dedication and hard work. You claim ownership of the castles you built that have taken form in the material world. You have achieved mastery and inherited treasures of knowledge and experience, thanks to all you have been through. You smile appreciatively at your run of good fortune. Okay, Cancer. So when I see your spread here, your base card is the Five of Fire, or the Five of Wands. Now, normally that's looked at or perceived to be somewhat of a contentious card, which it can be or it is. I'm not going to deny that fact or negate that fact. But I feel, Cancer, like it's here for a specific reason. I feel as though you're going to see, Cancer, what's worth fighting for and how proper communication, but most importantly, the communication that you give, how is it going to be received or perceived and give back? How are other people going to take what you say and how are they going to apply it to the situation? Regardless of how you perceive it, but how are they going to take it? And also, Cancer, I feel like with the King of Air here, this is someone who rids themselves of emotion up to a certain point to gather the truth. Now, I'm not saying do not use emotion at all, but what I'm saying is really see what the truth of the matter really is. And maybe don't go off of emotion during this time. Yes, acknowledge it, of course. Use your heart always. But I feel like it's being very practical. It's saying what really is most important here, what really needs to be done. And I feel like when that happens, Cancer, that's when the 10 of Earth or 10 of Pentacles is going to come in. Happy and joyful fulfillment with other people. Happy and joyful fulfillment with the other party or the other circumstance. Because Cancer, you love to give. It's one of your traits. You love to provide and you love to help everyone and you love to be that of a support system. But it's also important, Cancer, to remember what's worth putting that much work into it and what's worth fighting for, but most importantly, what's said is what really matters and what's really remembered. You must always remember that, Cancer, and don't forget that. You know, the physical wounds will heal, but the emotional wounds will turn into emotional scars. And that may not heal or it may take a lot more time to heal. So you must always remember that, Cancer. Okay? All right. And as always, Cancer, love and light. Scorpio, the Scorpion. Remember, guys, that this is a general reading, so please apply it to your unique situation. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't, per always. Okay, let's go ahead and bless the deck and we'll get started, okay? Guardian angels of love and light, ancestors lost and known in the seas of time, please intercede this reading to provide Scorpio With the clarity and direction as to which he or she seeks, and please grant me, the reader, the objectivity to read the cards and relay every single message as they are meant and or intended to be. Okay, Scorpio, so for your base card, you got Patience or Temperance. For the two clarifiers, got the Nine of Earth or Nine of Pentacles and the Five of Fire or the Five of Wands. So for Patience here or Temperance, it can speak of moderation. So Scorpio, this card reminds you that patience will bring you into recognition of and alignment to your purpose. All your needs are met even though you may not see it yet in the outer visible world. The angels are looking out for you. Moderation in all things is what is required right now. So for your Nine of Earth here, in this deck, it can speak of disciplined self-reliance, reliable resources, restraint and self-control, and also the final stone placed in the foundation. You know you can rely on yourself and spirit. There are many tools at your disposal, and you use your resources wisely, solidifying the foundation of your security in the material world. You are diligent and disciplined, focused on completing the work you began long ago. You stick to your program, trusting that the plan is unfolding before you exactly as Spirit has intended. For your Six of Fire here, your Five of Fire, I apologize. It can speak of creative brainstorming, unity in diversity, and honoring differences. You have the freedom to explore the ideas that seem the most far-fetched. What seems crazy today proves tomorrow to be brilliant. Like a child willing to stretch her or his imagination when a new playmate comes into the garden, you open to the new world and to the new people and new ideas, intrigued by what is novel and unfamiliar. This is a time for what is counterintuitive, for appreciating the ideas from out in left field and what they may or might offer. Okay, Scorpio, so when I see your spread here, I feel like moderation and making the correct decisions is what's really key here. And I feel like with this moderation, will it, or what I should say, it can bring, is you relying on yourself with the Nine of Earth here. You actually applying those tools and only depending on yourself to make these things happen that you need to happen, or that you have been working on in hopes or in high regards that they will happen, because they will, because you'll never let yourself down. The Five of Wands or Five of Fire here, can speak of contention, and it can also speak of a lot of upheaval. But I feel, Scorpio, like the reason why it's here is because these are the necessary aspects that need to be kind of dealt with while you are relying on yourself and getting to where you need to get to. But I feel like it's more contention, not necessarily with the people around you. It's more contention maybe with yourself in terms of having patience, in terms of what to do next. What's the next, step to take? What's the next road to go down? What's the next road to be traveled? And I feel like with the Five of Fire here, it's meant to be in terms of what you need to fight, or what is needed to be fought to get to where you need to get to. But it's all about moderation. It's all about fighting for the things that matter, so that you can give yourself what you need to move forward with, or how and what you need to do to get to where you need to get to. It's all about moderation. It's all about patience, and it's all about fighting for the things that matter right now for you, and not to think too far into the future and to maybe possibly bring in self-doubt. Let's not bring that in, because that's not moderation. Moderation is all about fighting just as enough as releasing or letting go or actually giving in. It's the moderation of the amount of fight and the amount of willingness. You know, the even amount of fighting and the even amount of yielding. There you go. Thank you, Spirit. The amount of that. It's all about the even amount of it and how it can be applied to get to where you need to get to so that you can make yourself happy with the 9 of Earth here. Because the 9 of Earth is all about, to me, all about making yourself happy and doing what you need to do, what's necessary to achieve your self-happiness, so that then you can give your children, you can give your people, you can give your group just as much as enough love, or just as much as enough energy as you give yourself, because you can only give what you have. Okay, Scorpio? And as always, Scorpio, love and light. Pisces, the double fish. Remember, guys, that this is a general reading, so please apply it to your unique situation. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't, per always. Okay, let's go ahead and bless the deck and we'll get started, okay? Guardian angels of love and light, ancestors lost and known in the seas of time, please intercede this reading to provide Pisces with the clarity and direction as to which he or she seeks, and please grant me, the reader, the objectivity to read the cards and relay every single message as they are meant and or intended to be. Okay, Pisces, so for your base card, you got the High Priestess here, and the clarifiers, the 10 of Earth or the 10 of Pentacles, and the 2 of Earth or the 2 of Pentacles. So for the High Priestess here, Pisces, this card can, speak of using your intuition, knowing the secrets of the universe, withholding the information and knowing exactly what that information entails. So, some things are not meant to be known intellectually, but are meant to be experienced through intuition. This card reminds you to trust that you have access to higher wisdom and knowing when you must tune in and trust your vibes. This is a time when mysteries will be revealed and you can grow as a result. So regarding the 10 of Earth or 10 of Pentacles here, in this deck, this card can speak of affluence, material abundance, mastery, financial security, inherited wealth, and knowledge. You are now able to step back and observe the results of what you built through your dedication and hard work. You reclaim ownership of the castles you built that have taken form in the material world. You have achieved mastery and inherited treasures of knowledge and experience, thanks to all that you have been through. You smile appreciatively at your run of good fortune. So regarding the 2 of Earth or 2 of Pentacles here, this card can speak of pleasurable work, adaptability, balance between work and play. Your efforts bring you joy. Play and work are not separate because what you are doing is actually fun. Conditions change, you can switch gears easily. You are fully present in the excitement of creativity and are eager to experience the surprises that occur when seeds you have planted take root, sprout, and develop in unexpected ways. This is a time for flexibility and trust in how the universe will shape what is coming into being. One way or another, your dreams manifest in the material world. Okay, Pisces. So, I feel like you're going to have to use your intuition, Pisces. You're going to have to see what is worth your time, what is worth the effort, what's worth putting work into. And I feel, Pisces, that when you do this, you're going to reap the benefits from it. Whatever is speaking to you, or whatever kind of, when you get that little feeling, or that little hunch, that little voice inside, remember, Pisces, it's there for a reason. And it's there because it serves a purpose. It wouldn't be there if it didn't. So you must remember to always use it and to always listen to it and to always trust it, because that's That's either your higher being or it's your spirit guides that are speaking to you, or God. They all come from the same place, Pisces. So you must remember to always listen to it and to always trust it. Because I feel like when you do, Pisces, things are going to turn out in great favor. They're going to turn out to your with and to your benefit. And I feel like you're going to achieve supreme happiness and supreme guidance and also supreme stability. And it may not show right away, but it's going to take time. But you also have to remember that throughout your experiences, when you use your intuition, that also has taken time to come up with that point in terms of using your intuition. And I feel like when you do this, you're going to be able to handle things that get thrown at you. You're going to be able to handle things that seem to begin or commence with uncertainty. And I feel like when you continue to listen to your intuition, it's going to serve you drastically and dramatically in a prodigious manner. And I feel like when this happens and you do catch yourself in these moments, that's when life will turn around and work and turn in your favor. Okay, Pisces? And as always, love and light.